Yo,
Yo,
what up?
what's up, brother?
Chilling.
How the homework and stuff go?
So, you want me to just show you my 90-day plan first?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'm just share my screen. You gotta enable it.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
So, all right, so the $500 to 10K plan, 90 days. So my initial balance is 500. So if I'm risking 5% per trade, that's like $25 when I initially start off. So I'm aiming for a 3-to-1 or 2-to-1 minimum, but I'm just calculate 3-to-1 right here. So in pips, that's 25 pips for 5% and 75 pips for 15%. So um, I just divided that up. So like if I get a 3-to-1 6 to 7 times, I've already 100% it. If I do a 2-to-1, it's gonna take about 10 times. If I hit them all in a row, I'm gonna take some L's in between. But it's like tug of war. I gotta get 10 before it's 10. You know what I mean? So um, that um, my lot size initially on GJ is gonna be 0.10s and 0.25s, and my max exposure at one time is gonna be 0.70. So whatever I got rocking at one time can't add up to more than that.
there you go.
Um, on US 30, it's gonna be I'm gonna be playing with US 30 mini, so I can risk a quarter.
Okay.
So um, that's gonna be my max exposure on that. So right here I got as the account balance grows, I'm gonna change the lot sizes. My entry time frame, I want to go with M5 and M15. I
Mhm.
got one in parentheses because like I don't want to use it too often. I
Hey,
only
it's
want to
like
use
last minute look.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Good job, bro.
Executions per week, I'm gonna go with 7 to 12. I put 17 max just in case it's like an odd situation.
Okay.
So my stop loss and pips for GJ, I got this based off of the time frame. So like I'm taking an M15 entry, it'll probably be like 33 pips. M5 26 pips, M1 17.
Okay.
Um, US 30 is gonna be 100 points and 60.
Okay.
So the take profit that I'm looking for out of this is if I have my stop loss like 33 pips, I would at least minimum want to take home 100,
All right.
6, 80, 17, at least minimum 60. On US 30, it's always gonna just be 200, 200, 100,
Yeah.
just to get used to it.
Yep. Yep.
And so my execution times, I'm just be going with 6 in the evening. I'm gonna be done at 10 in the morning, and I'm not like actively just like throwing dummy trades. I'm just keeping staying open, and I could throw an entry if I need to.
Mindset. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through the homework right quick. I got 2 buys, 2 sales, and a continuation move.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So for the continuation, I'm gonna go with GJ.
Hold on 1 second, gang. All right.
All right.
All right, I'm back, gang.
All right, so for the continuation, I'm gonna just start off on the weekly. Basically, what happened was, it's an uptrend, but you had like a strong counter trend,
Mhm.
and then like a minor pullback. So if we go to the daily time frame, basically what was happening was you after this like major like crash, you
Mhm.
were on like a uptrend based on this higher low right here.
Right.
That
So
had
counter trend. So you expecting that counter trend just based on that drop because you know it already didn't broke your minor structure off the daily, right there where you got your random line at for that support. Exactly.
right,
So
right,
you
right.
got that over there all the way over to the right. You'll already know that okay, it didn't broke that over some right, boom, type shit. So then boom, you automatically thinking like, okay, let me put my fib out, point A, point B, once it then found that floor. Yep.
Okay.
Boom, boom, because I know if the market gonna start counter trending, then it's gonna go to at least what 38.2. And what it do? Man,
Hit
tap
that.
38.2, because that's the first what official lower high point in any type of downtrend after a break of structure.
All right. So basically, for the continuation of how I was saying, it was like this.
Mhm.
So basically, based off all of this right here, which is basically higher low points and higher
Yep,
high point.
yep.
This is the latest higher low point. So I'm gonna just go with one of these. And so this is the main one. So that's basically the same thing. You could mark this one off. Um, it came down, so like probably like this area, maybe at the next one. And so basically for the continuations on the beginning of this week, I saw it like right here. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing higher low points, same resistance. Um, let's go for continuation. So break down to the next time frame.
All right. So even with this, now that you're on this time frame,
Right.
the biggest thing you should be looking for right now is what? What you
If
think?
I'm in a continuation buying mode,
Yep. No, 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 no. So you looking for a continuation for the buy?
yeah, based off of this move right here. So
Got you. Got you. Okay.
yeah. This is where the market was.
I'm with
My
you.
bad,
So if
my
you
bad.
looking at that, right? First thing I'm looking at is
Yeah,
like where your purple little hash line is.
yeah, right here.
Yep. You see how, but go to the left some. Right, go to the right, right there. Boom. So I'm looking for it. Yup. So drag that blue line over that you got. You could drag that over to the right. Keep it where it was. Keep it where it was. Yeah, right.
Okay,
Go back to the right, to the right, to the right, right there. Boom. Right.
okay,
That's what I'm looking for as far as the continuation, because that's gonna allow me, right? Because that support that you got for your last higher low point lines up with the previous support that gives you that double bottom confirmation right there, right? To let you know that within that move, so if you go to the previous support to the left,
right here.
all the way to the left, right
Yes,
there.
sir.
So that gives you that confirmation that, okay, that 100% based on that move didn't break. So I know that support is firm. And if I go to my line chart, go to your line chart really quick, boom, that'll justify that, okay, even if it's not a for sure double bottom, what I'm seeing is still a higher low point being made with a lot of exhaustion, right? So I'm actually able to see that that's a higher low point based on closed price, right? So that's going to let me know. And then once that area starts to push up and it breaks above that minor resistance right there, right? That minor resistance gives you that candle push and it gives you that pullback, that minor pullback, right? Boom. Now, anything above that area is all buy zones. You
So
see
you saying a minor pullback as far as this one right
Minor.
here?
So no, not even that one. You could have let that rock and go up and make that minor higher high. Yeah, I'm talking about that one exactly with that bullish engulfing. Like that's a beautiful candle and a beautiful setup for a continuation to get back to that high point that we couldn't break. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So for I ain't even gonna lie, I was over here with it though. I
And
ain't gonna
that's
lie.
cool. And that's cool too, because I'm just showing you how we could have caught that earlier, and then that could have gave us more confidence for the move that you saw. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
Because now anything above that green exhaustion, I'm looking to buy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know stop loss is right underneath that purple hash. You ain't even gotta go
oh,
that far. It go right underneath that because that's still an official higher low, but that's a retrace. You see what I'm saying?
hold on. So
Especially if
like
you already got that bounce, right?
probably like this so much, you think?
Right.
But
So,
this is
so
like
we'll
an hour
take a
chart.
look. Right, right. So based on the hour chart, exactly, stop loss will be right there because on M15 and 5, we would actually be able to see that
Got you.
that was created. You see what I'm saying? But just
Yeah.
on the hour time frame, just say we did take that continuation and we caught that, let's say 90 pips on GJ, probably 120 pips or whatever on GJ. Okay, cool. We took profit at the top of our exhaustion zone, our exhaustion zone. Let the market pull back, right? Give us that other higher low point. Same thing happened. But now because I've already taken an entry at that same area, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna already be on M15, M5 looking for the market to reverse at that area. So that's where the aggressiveness comes in, because now that's an added confluence, right? So even if I take that blue line and pull that shit all the way over, keep it there though, keep it there. Just grab the right segment of it and pull it over. So right now, grab the left segment of it and pull it over to the left.
Oh no, it's like a hold on,
Oh,
I got
you
you.
drew that. Okay. Yeah. Grab like a trend. Yeah, grab the trend line. Boom. Nice. You see what I'm saying? So now when the market is touching that zone on M1, M5, I'm looking to buy, because now my stop loss area just went from this to this. You see what I'm saying? So I can max risk, and I have more confirmation that the market is exhausting along that area. So for it to break that, it's gonna take a lot of bearish pressure. You see what I'm saying? And you already know you're in a consolidation zone. And where do you want to attack the consolidation zone? At the bottom.
If you buying, for
If you
sure.
buy it, exactly. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's where that could have happened, to where now by the time we get to your entry that you were looking at, that's a scaling entry.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
because now how we analyze it, we pulling our fib out from point A for where we just entered at, right?
right here.
Nope.
Oh, right here.
We ain't enter. Go to the left.
Oh,
Right.
here.
Nope. Second entry to the right. Where we
Oh,
just
right here.
right there. Yep. That's the one we're gonna be looking at. So now we pull our fib out. Go ahead, grab a mini fib. Think point A. Yep. Think and look, 78.6.
So these see, that's probably nah. It's kind of weird because I would be like, damn, that's kind of clustered. I wouldn't use it. So it's like that's crazy
Why
that I
not?
would.
It's still gonna show you what's going. It's still seeing structure. You seeing still
Right.
seeing that the market. Okay, my 100% is letting me know where if the market breaks that, there's too much bearish momentum in the market, right? My
Sure.
110, my 1.1, my 110 is looking at like a stop loss area, max 120. So that's
Right.
perfect based on this 1 hour time frame, and then based on the exhaustion that we did already seen that 78.6, and then we saw a massively big ass bullish candle go up and engulf everything, right?
Yeah.
The market slowly counter trended back because we're still in the consolidation zone, but the major thing that we're seeing is that higher low points are still being made, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then we see a bearish candle, doji. You cancel all of that out, plus a bullish candle, right? That left a seller's wick behind, right? So that candlestick analysis, if you let's take a square and highlight that area, and then let's go look at that on let's just go look at it on M5.
Adjust this area right here.
Yep, go down. Bring it down something right there. Stop it right there, but then grab the top and bring it down so we're not looking at excess stuff.
Say F5, right?
Yep, F5. So we looking at that area. Yep. Boom. Right? So now we do our structure work on this area. We already know. Come on. And look. We ain't even have to do all of that. Look, take a trend line. Because you make a lower high point, so you're doing it anyway. Go to the top one. Right there. Yup. And draw the counter trend. Yup. And just angle it out. Yup. Boom. And look at that. Backside. Look, breaks the trend line, comes back and retests on the backside of it and gave you a three candlestick variation.
Something like this.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You ain't even got to be that 1, 2 because that didn't give you an engulfing. That didn't let you know that buyers are ready to push. Exactly. It would have been that third candle. That 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Got you.
And then from there, bro, like you feel me? Like from there, we good. Like you start to see the momentum push. Boom, we went up to test previous highs off of M5, right? That ended up breaking, coming back and retesting. Yep, that's a scaling opportunity right there. I'm gonna call you back, gang. I'm on a one-on-one. All right. Yeah. So from that point, you scaling in, and then you
So
still taking it to try to break, because look, our main mindset is based on H1. So don't get too caught up right here. Go back to H1 now.
All right.
So then you go back to H1 to realize, like, okay, I got in my entry. I'm seeing bullish momentum push on M5. That's going to build up M15. That's going to build up M30. That's going to build up H1. I'm seeing bullish candles on H1, but I'm still trying to break this previous resistance off of H1 that gave me my resistance exhaustion zone, that red exhaustion zone. So that's ultimately where you're trying to break to. And you still on the 78.6 on your fib based on H1, knowing that it's going to be a slower retracement back to that negative 27 or TP2, negative 61%.
Yeah. So, all right. Based off of this, I'm gonna just continue it. So, from the pullback, I'm gonna just delete it, make a new one.
Now let me see the go to the second one. I want to see the second one.
Oh, yeah, just like a different.
Yeah, we done broke that area all the way down. Let's see a different environment.
All right, so I was finna go for a selling type of bias, a sell situation.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, let's just go off the daily.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole shit like broke right here, you know. So basically, like it's a downtrend starting. We already got the fib out. It's coming back to a negative 38.2 level. So boom, I go to like a H4 time frame. So all through here, it's still basically uptrending. So it finally break, and then you get this part right here. So you get a bearish variation.
Yup.
I'm gonna just mark that off. Yeah, so on H1 after the fact. So should I go into this right here, or do I going after the H4 has like closed?
Nah. If you're anticipating based on when sellers came into control, you would wait for this H1 candle to close. And then you will begin your looking for your entry after that. So after this H1 close, you would be on M15.
Which H1?
You're on
Because this
H1 now. You're on H1 now. So after this H1 bearish engulfing closed, yup, right there. Now you would be on M15, looking for the retracement on top of that next H1 wick. So you'll be on
oh,
M15 looking for the pullback. So go to M15.
so let's say it like this though. Let's say I really took these entries. Let's say I really took them. I'm on a
Right,
buy bias, right?
right.
And then I'm not even looking at H4, but I do see these bearish engulfing on H1. Then can I instantly switch my shit and be like, it's probably still a bull bias, but
I mean,
right now,
if you hit a daily or H4 resistance, 9 times out of 10, you would be looking for some type of pullback or some type of counter trend for the market to dictate if it's going to keep going forward as far as buys, or if we about to get some type of trend reversal, because everything has been continuations, remember? So we haven't really seen that real pullback from bears really coming to the market. So once you see that support break right there, hold on, go back to H1. Get your trending tool, boom. And then once that support breaks, no, not a trend line. You want that shit horizontal.
oh, okay, I got you. This one right here.
Yeah. But not that support though. Go up into the
This one.
right there. Boom. Yup. Once you see that break, and then you see that bearish engulf that candle and close like it did towards the bottom of your green square. Now I'm on M15 looking for some type of pullback, because I know on the higher time frame, if it's a bearish engulfing, on the lower time frame, it broke structure already. So it then broke support. So now I'm looking for that to pull back and give me some type of retracement. So that's why I would be on M15. In this case, probably M5, honestly. It'll look better on M5.
So, because that's definitely the
So then
time.
look, yup. So then look, boom. So now you can clearly see market broke support and went to touch your blue line that you just put there. Broke support, touched that line, came back, right. Boom. So the fib would be from the top point A to point B, and you could do your fibs on this level, because it's like you already know that where you coming from the higher time frame.
So, you wouldn't do this one. You would just do this one first.
Right, because you're looking for the sale.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because this was the first one that broke, like the level.
Right. But we're looking for what actually is going to be the retest for our entry. So I'm not worried about what's about to happen up there, because I already know that shit is that's a part of our bullish engulfing. That's a part of the H1 bullish and
Oh, so
engulfing.
we basically like after, so we
Yeah,
not
yeah, because we want to be realistic with it, so it would be
got
after all of that closed, right?
got you.
And then that pullback that you're seeing right there, that's the next hour candle's wick. You know what I'm saying? So it went bullish, right? You see what I'm saying? So that 38.2 area, that's the area to sell to go with the momentum of actually how GJ is moving at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you got to be paying attention to what times you enter in trades and then what you're expecting to happen next.
And
So
you would
like I said, if you get that support, the next thing you're expecting is some type of bearish retracement to at least 38.2 because you know, just like the last example, you know that it has to at least come to 38.2 to be considered some type of lower high point. So once you
yeah.
get that touch and you see that it just made that bearish engulfing, shit, we can enter right there off of M5. And then I'm back on H1 monitoring, making sure I'm seeing bearish candles. You see what I'm saying? So from that point, you trying to get right, you trying to find some type of floor. So that could have been a
Only one though.
situation move.
So you wouldn't necessarily base your TP off of this right here. You would
Hell
just
no,
like
that's off M5. That's just for our entry. Our main analyzation that we've been doing has been off H1.
for
So I'm gonna
sure.
keep everything that I'm basing my as far as getting in, getting out off of H1. But M5 is just how we get our stop loss area and how we get our entry.
So in this case, where would you put your stop loss?
Above 61.8.
So it's like this is kind of crazy. So you wouldn't
Yeah,
do
that's
that to.
OD. That's OD. Or just like I was telling my last client, or you also gotta realize that okay, if I'm on M5, 38.2 off of M5, I'm at the highest point in the market, then it's like, okay, I could justify my lot size too. I don't have to lot up right there. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm scared, if I'm doing a 0.25, I could throw the point 0.1 out right there. And then when it shows me it's starting to pick up momentum, I could throw another 0.15 out.
Right, right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
But you wouldn't do that like in somewhere area like right here, like where it's
That's
like
a
kind
good
of
area to continue. Yeah, that's a good because you're still at the beginning of the push on N5.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Because there's always gonna be multiple entries along a move. Like it's always, you feel me? Like it's always gonna be multiple. It's not gonna never gonna be just, oh, this is the one time we can get in. If we don't get in this time, then it's not gonna work. Like that's not how this shit work. There's always gonna be somebody else that's trying to sell something, you know what I'm saying, or trying to buy. So it's like you just gotta know what areas make sense and understanding like, okay, if I'm getting in with sales, I need to be at a high point. Don't get stuck trying to, when they break through some shit, trying to get in on a continuation because when they break through, it's looking for a floor. So you could be fucking getting in and then that shit hit a floor and then retrace on your ass and then you like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see right quick. I just want to ask you something about this. So as you continue in this move, are
Right.
you the type of trader to like hold everything as you scale in, or like are you like taking this right here, closing somewhere here? You
Certain stuff like nah, because that's still you still riding the move. So it's like nah. If anything, I'm looking for more entries. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when it gives me some type of pullback, I can see clearly on M5. Like you know what I mean? I'm just adjusting my fibs along the way, adjusting fibs, adjusting fibs. You know what I mean? To see
and
when
so
it's really gonna break, especially along that area because along that
yeah,
area, you seeing some, you already got minor resistance up there. So I would just take a line and draw it all the way up. Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, well, to the left. Yeah, right there. That's minor resistance. So I just would have anything respected under that and then come back and touch that line. I'm ready to sell. As long as it's not breaking.
And so in this area, you would know that like the continuation move is
It could
real.
continue. Right, right. It's more like that the way that movement looks, it looks like it's more out of session or whatever the case is, but because it's super choppy, but it's short candles, it's dojis, it's not no big ass candles letting me know like, oh, buyers are ready to come in like how I was on the left side. So it's like I would still just be adjusting my fibs and respecting the 100%, like respecting it by seeing that okay, the market's showing me higher low points. I could probably draw some type of counter trend line. Right, right, and then push it to the right. so you can see. Yeah, that's it. You just, especially you get a retracement like that. So like at that point, you being, yeah, like you being super, super patient. That's what patience got to play a part.
So in this situation, if you're selling off of the counter trend line break, are you
If you're selling off the counter trend line break, then you will have to wait until it come back and retest that 38.2 and sell
here?
right there. Exactly.
Because it would be sloppy to just enter on some shit
Exactly.
that okay,
Exactly. Because
okay,
that shit could have made support at on top of that 38.2 and
right
went back
here.
to test 88.6. Right. So it's like you would have wanted to wait till you see some type of retracement and then enter at that 38.2 if you wasn't already anticipating up at 88.6. Right. Because I would have been all up there, honestly.
And so if you did enter up here, you either enter and clean off the wicks and the zone mix, or
No, that's right there. Yeah, right there where that when
okay,
the candle closed. Yep.
okay, there. The patterning has to happen on the area.
Yep. I
Okay.
gotta see that sellers are in control and I can flow with the momentum. I'm not the type of trader that like to willingly be in drawdown. You know what I'm saying?
So
So it's
you never did one where you like, wow, throw that bitch on.
yeah, like nah,
Austin.
like I mean I have of course, but it's like nah, I'm not into that because I know that shit only works maybe like 10% of the time. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like nah, like when you there's no better feeling than hitting sell or hitting buy and going right into profit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like if I could do everything I can for the most part to, you know what I mean, cancel out like excess shit, then that's what I'm gonna do for real. So it'll be something that look like that where it could just boom, I'm going right into profit. You know what I mean? Like and from there I'm just analyzing. I'm back on H1, just analyzing my main time frame, you know, until I hit a real point of support on H1.
So in this specific situation, you as like a real trader, you not waiting for this H4 pattern to close, or are you like, if this is an uptrend, what are you thinking at this point when it's starting to stall out and you on?
Yeah, I'm
Cause you,
looking for a reversal. I'm looking for the reversal. If it's
so you
starting
not
to do that on H4 and I can look in the previous price and see that like, oh yeah, this might be like a key level point or something like that where the market respected it in the past, then it's like,
so
yeah,
okay, okay. So you would be on H1 looking for patterns and stuff like that, breaks of
exactly.
supports and resistances.
Exactly, bro. Like my man, I'm on my main analyzing time frame 80% of the time, bro.
What's yours?
H4 on US 30.
H4. So, but even though that's your main analyzing time frame, you're not always waiting for variations and engulfings to happen on that time frame before you
Hell
start
no.
acting.
Hell
Okay,
no. Like, nah. That's why you have a minimum breakdown and an entry time frame. You see what I'm
okay,
saying? 80% ain't 100. You know what I mean? It's 80. So it's like the other 10s, I'm breaking them up in between. Like I might be on H1 for a little bit, might be on M30 for a little bit, but then I'm always coming back to H4 to look at the bigger picture.
okay. So you on when you get to the smaller time frames, you basically looking at the structure versus the higher time frames,
Looking at
despite
momentum. I'm looking at momentum and candlesticks.
on the higher time frame.
Nah, when I'm doing my minimum breakdown, when I'm on my higher time frame, I'm doing straight technicals. I'm doing Fibonacci, trend lines. I'm looking at structure first thing, you know. I'm looking at what's the trend that I'm in. I'm looking at am I near an entry base point? Am I at the support of it? Am I at resistance? Am I in consolidation? Like that's the type of things that I'm looking for. I'm looking at how's my 66 MA looking, like all of those kind of things. And then once I break it down to like M30, M15, I'm
Okay.
looking at structure, I'm looking at candlesticks, I'm looking at momentum, like all of that, because that's who I want to be flowing. I want to make sure I'm flowing with the overall, what's built into the overall structure.
All right, so I showed you two of mine, so I want to see something from you. But look though, this the crazy part. I want to actually write about this real quick. So this is buying right here. You know, it made a retracement, but these are like basically continuation moves. Would you enter buys in this?
No, because
If
you're not at an entry base point, you're looking for a ceiling.
got you, but after this happens, you like, all right, that's
That's
that
more
decent
of a that's more of a continuation setup.
because you will have fib basically. You saying the fib, it
Boom.
came back
Yep,
to 38.
38.2.
All right.
There you go. I'm expecting an aggressive push to negative 27. So that's pretty much where I would be at it. Yeah, so a simple setup I can show you would be like a setup that happened down here where you got support that was already made. So we had support that was made. We had a bunch of continuation going, still looking for that high point. A high point came up there. That's when we broke 40,000, I think. Yeah, that's when we broke 40,000. And then from there, we made like a minor high low point, well, a real high low point on H4 here, and then it made like a minor lower high point here, letting you know that the trend wasn't going to continue to push. From there, straight bears came into the market, sold off, and we came back down to 38, like 38,500. From there, you started seeing like a bunch of support, and then also like this kind of like pattern right here. It's like that W shit. So from there, you see the double bottom. All it takes, like I told you, every time, like it'd be the same shit that happen all the time. Like you'll just take like a break right here, or like any type of break that makes sense. Boom. This makes sense because this is still just a tested candle. It didn't break until we actually got over in here. Once we got over here, this candle tested everything, and then we got that break that happened here. Like all of these candles combined made it a break from there. So from there, all I'll do is just take my fib out. Boom, point A, point B. Right from there, I'm looking for 38.2 to get hit. That's really what I'm anticipating. Right, so I'll go ahead and mark that area off. From there, I'm on M30. Once I'm on M30, I understand that I'm above the previous high point up here. So I know we're gonna be testing highs. But on M30, all of this is just a consolidation area. And since the area is so tight, I'm gonna probably go to M5. All right, so on M5, right, we understand that we're looking for that 38.2 area to be hit, right? In areas like this, boom, I'm always gonna wait for that area to try to get hit, right? Or for me to at least see support established, especially when I'm on M5, because I know how fast things can go. So seeing that this shit's still making lower high points, but on the bottom side of it, I'm seeing higher lows, right? I'm seeing areas like this really be supported, right? I would have been all right, okay, cool, right? I would have took an area like right here and made that my area of interest, right? So I'd have looked at this, made it an area of interest. From there, I would have been like, all right, cool. I need to wait for something to break. That's how my mental flow, because I'm still seeing lower high points here, right? On some type of like still bearish shit. So I would have waited for that to happen. That broke out. I got that 1-2 break where it tested here, broke out here, right? So from there, same workflow. Ain't nothing really gonna change too much, right? Point A, point B, boom, right? Market broke 100% or it tested it, right? So here we got the one candle here, we got here, but in how it closed, it gave you like that hammer type of pattern. So that would have left me questionable right there, right? That would have left me questionable, and then I would have seen that it didn't really break my real stop loss area, which is 120%. I'm not seeing a bunch of bearish momentum really break. I'm seeing a bearish candle, a doji, hammer type of pattern to show me seller's exhaustion. And I'm seeing like a harmonic pattern that happens right here, right? So boom, I got harmonic pattern right here. Boom, that looks good to me, right? I'm seeing that happen, but then I might want to see a little bit more momentum just because I know that this area right here is the main area that I'm looking for when it comes to that area of interest that I said, right? It's going to be along this green line here, right? So once I see that bullish momentum come in, boom, I'm studying this candle, another doji pattern here, another doji pattern here, but then I see this happen, right? My entry will literally be, let's see that. Boom, stop loss, 100 points. And then from there, I'm looking to break this previous resistance that's right here. So this have probably been like my first TP area, right? But knowingly, if I could maintain that area to get to my -27%, -20%, -27% definitely would have been TP, right? From there, I would have been able to use like a miniature fib, right? Or a sub fib, point A, point B here, looking at this retracement being at 38.2, right? Right? So this area would have been at 38.2, right? And then I could have waited for this support that lined up with this previous support here, drew another line here, little support line right along the wick so I can see what's going on. Bow from that time, I'm looking to see if market anything on close below. No, Doji pulled up, bearish engulfing there, right? I mean, not bearish engulfing, but hammer pattern here, right? And then from here, we got that bullish engulfing that happened. It gave me that seller's exhaustion at the top and a little bit of buyer's exhaustion too. That's perfect. If I look at my line chart is giving me like this double bottom kind of look, right? That's smooth. Once I get that, right, entry could be here, right? If you didn't get entry here and you took it up here, you would have been sick because then you would have had to sit through all of this, right? So entry could have been here if I'm looking for like some type of scaling entry. Another 100 points. Boom, and we could have took that to negative 61.8, you know what I mean? Or, you know, based on how things are looking back at my H4 time frame. Right, you would have been slowly building up bullish, but if you were able to actually sit through this and understand what you're seeing here is just a continuation, like a slight pause, then boom, you would have been able to continue to actually flow until you got to areas on the H4 that actually make sense to take profit, which is could have been like somewhere up in here, or once the market slowed down up in here, just depending on what type of appetite you have as a trader. But it's only a minute left, so I'm gonna tell you like what the homework is for next time and shit. I want you to watch. I want you to do 3 transitional setups. So transitional, a buy going into a sell, looking for sell opportunity, or you see a downtrend and you're looking for your first buy opportunity. So 3 transitional setups. And then I want you to watch in the checkmate section, Brian's video part 1 and then Brian part 2. And then on Sunday, we'll go over what you learned from those 2 webinars, and then we'll go over your transitional setups, and then we'll get an outlook for your pair for the week and keep building. All right, but good job today, bro. You did real good.
Appreciate you.
Real insightful, bro. You did your thing. And I hope you was able to learn something just from slight. You see what I'm saying? Like that's slight. Like I ain't been on the charts probably like in a week. And that's slight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now we over here with it, but we're gonna dig into all of that Sunday, okay?
For sure.
Already, bro.
Yes, sir.